Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing this Toyota RAV4. We're going to find out if it's worth the over $40,000 price tag. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Carl Malone Toyota here in Draper. Came some time with this RAV4. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed. Fuel economy is 27 around town, 33 on the highway, with power outputs being 203 horsepower and then 184 pound-feet of torque. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you need some more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, this red paint I think pops quite a bit. The hood's raised on either side. And then the RAV4's headlight design I think is pretty sharp looking. You got the fog lights down below, and then the rest of the front end is kind of darker in coloration other than the chrome on the Toyota logo. Tire and wheel setup is 235 by 55 by 19. You can see you've got that kind of like silvery gray for the wheel coloration. Independent suspension up front. We've got a big chunky fender flare, little splash guard, and then you can see the cladding there at the bottom. And then you have this painted kind of thing added. That's kind of, I don't know, different. Roof rails up top, independent suspension in the rear with this as well. And this is a unibody constructed vehicle. There's your side profile. Now this leads us to the key fob. You've got the RAV4 Toyota logo, lock and unlock. You got the opening for the hatch as well. Pop it open. And this is a big benefit of the RAV4 is there's tons of storage space here in the back. Again, this competes with stuff like the Honda CR-V in terms of spacing. There's also a built-in cargo cover from the factory. And then just press that and that will lower the hatch right back down. And then you can see how the taillight kind of pops up. You get all the rest of the badging here on the back. And the back end of the RAV4, kind of an interesting design. Popping inside, this one has the tan interior. So you got soft touch here. This is hard touch, but it's the tan coloration that matches. And then the seats, again, soft touch. Getting in's pretty easy. Got good legroom here in the back. We've got some vents here, USB ports. No storage pocket on that seat. And then headroom back here is pretty good too. This leads us up front, where again we've got the soft touch, all of our window controls, mirror adjustments, memory seat function, blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then here are the seats. They do have power adjustments. And then you've got your heat steering wheel function there, a little storage, and then more soft touch, and then more on the dash. And start her up. So we've got the Toyota logo front and center, controls for the center stack there, volume and voice command controls. We've got adaptive cruise control here on the other side, and then you've got your regular stocks there on the back. Taking a look at the center, you can scroll through and see different bits of info here on systems within the car, and then depending on the drive mode that you're in, it'll kind of change how it looks. It turns red in sport mode, for example. Just a backup camera in reverse, but it does have good resolution. Now this does have Toyota's newer infotainment system, so it's quick to respond. It's got the shortcut bar there on the side, got a little volume control there as well. Soft touch all across the dash, more storage above the glove box, which adds to the practicality. We've got our dual zone climate controls here, and I like the big knobs. It makes it feel kind of cool. And then you got giant chunky buttons for like the stability control, your heated seats, auto stop start, wireless phone charging pad, shifter here for the 8-speed. And then you've got buttons for the drive mode select. So they used to have that cool dial. I'm wondering if they got rid of that for these buttons. But you do have some off-road modes. Cup holders. Center console with some USB, it's nice trim on the top. This has a camera rear view mirror, and then we've got a sunroof up top too. Now this leads us to the window sticker. This is an XLE Premium, and we've got some packages added to it. After all options, the stickers were $42,429. Not a hybrid, not a limited, XLE Premium, over 40 grand. Let's sum things up. Well, RAV4 for over $40,000. You know what? If I review cars for long enough, I bet that I'll be reviewing a $70,000 RAV4 in the future. Mark my words. I bet it'll happen. Bet it'll happen. So this is, I think, a pretty good example of an automaker basically just continuing to like dress up a car to the point where it is, well, a middle of the line package, but a middle of the line package that is now pretty pricey, pretty expensive. I mean, it really is, in my opinion, crazy to think about how this is, I mean, I don't know, it's got some nice stuff in it, and I guess we'll kind of talk about that at the end, but it's just crazy to me to think about that this is at this point now. So the seats are comfortable, I will say that, and I actually like this tan interior. It's kind of nice. Feels a little bit different. Now acceleration, it's pretty good with the 4-cylinder. The hybrid's got a little bit more of a low-end punch, and of course you get better fuel economy with the hybrid too. Definitely a different setup. Get a little bit of wind noise, get some, definitely hear the tires. Definitely hear the tires. Been pretty typical of this segment. Not bad though. And you know, the independent suspension definitely helps out with the overall ride. It's comfortable. It is. And another thing that I like about this is the steering. Obviously you don't get a lot of feedback like in a sports car, but it is pretty quick rack. Relatively direct, just easy to use. Yeah, I think the shock setup on this is pretty basic. Like going over the bump, like it goes through the chassis, it goes through all of it, you feel it and all of that. So it's not bad though. Man, over $40,000 for this. What a world. So this wouldn't exist if we didn't have this constant like upselling. And what I mean by that is an XLE is supposed to be like middle of the line, and middle of the line typically has just meant you get a few more features than, like, the base is like, in the modern world you're gonna have like a backup camera, cloth seats, you probably stick the key in the ignition still, and it's not really gonna have like a lot of tech. But now, and then XLE is supposed to be just a few more items, like maybe you get dual zone, maybe you get heated seats, but not a lot. This though, it's like they upgrade the seats, they're not cloth anymore. You get a camera rear view mirror, you get a sunroof, it's got a phone charging pad, there's all these like tech gadgets. Now obviously a lot of these are useful, some of them though you guys might not really care for them. So it's one of those things where a lot of, like, if you use the stuff, it's nice to have, and there's a lot of stuff this has that an XLE in the past didn't have, but if you don't use it, it's like you're paying a lot more money for extra stuff that you won't use. So it's kind of double-edged sword. But what this really makes me think is like the new 4Runner is starting to look like pretty appealing. Like a lot of people have talked about the new 4Runner is like overpriced, but it's like for $47,000 you can get a 4Runner SR5, which is a 4x4 body on frame durable SUV with a third row. So let me know what you guys think about this RAV4, but I think RAV4 pricing's definitely gotten a little crazy.